Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This is gonna be a very exciting video because I am gonna be showing you the Kiko Milano Beauty Essentials collection. They just came out with their spring collection. They do a collection kind of like with the spring vibes every year, and once again they have some pretty interesting products, and I picked out the ones that I thought were the most exciting and I'm gonna be showing them to you today. So let's get into it. So as you might hear, I have a little bit of a cold, so yeah, my voice sounds a little bit weird. That is why I've had this product for a few days, but I was kind of like pushing this back to see if I would get less like sniffy, but I still have a little bit of a cold. Let's get into this product. I am a big fan of Kiko Milano, and once again they did something super cute. So last year they had something with a lot of flowers, like florals for spring, very typical of course, but this time they have done something different. They've done something else. They are doing the Beauty Essentials collection. I don't really know what the thought behind that is, but the whole vibe is kind of like soft. We have soft pink, we have light mint and kind of light blue, and it really shows in the packaging and also in the color of the actual components the makeup is in. So first up, what I picked up is one of the 3 glowy face and body highlighters. This one is in the shade 01 Light Me Up. So I have had a stick highlighter like this in the past, but at that point I wasn't into cream products as much and I couldn't really appreciate the beauty of the product, so in the end I decluttered it, but I never really gave it a chance. And these past few months I've been kind of thinking, should I try one of the highlighter sticks by Kiko again, because I really love the bronzer stick and the blush stick. So I've been kind of thinking about it, but I hadn't bought any, and now I'm glad I didn't, because now I get to try it in this collection. And this one, the lightest one, is a very like golden champagne. We have pretty deep highlighters in this collection in the stick format, which I think is really interesting. This one definitely is the only one that would work for me. The other ones, they're definitely a lot deeper. So if you have a deeper skin tone and you've been wanting to try the stick highlighters, this is such a good way to try it. I think I swatched it in the store, it looked amazing, and I am really excited to try it. I feel like the base is kind of sheer on it, so I'm really excited to see how it will work out on the face. Then we also have, I believe, 4 shades of the Beauty Essentials Hydrating Shiny Lipstick, and I got shade 02. So we have kind of like deeper shades of this shiny formula by Kiko in this collection. The component is kind of like traditional, basic, still nice, still beautiful. It's kind of like this shine, but not this mirror-like shine. I don't know the name of this particular shade, but it is kind of like this almost terracotta red shade. It looks a little bit deeper on the like lips, or when you swatch it, the brown in it kind of like comes forward. I do feel like, even though I've tried a lot of this formula, like they keep coming back with this shiny formula and I love it, I feel like this one is a little bit softer than the other shades I have of this. So really excited to try this out on the lips as well. I do have to say, I don't expect anything crazy with this. I just keep buying these because I love them. So this is for myself. This is for me. I know it's gonna be good, but I just wanted to try another shade in this formula because I think this is my favorite sheer shiny lipstick. It is so good. Then we have a very interesting product. So we have the Beauty Essentials Color Flush 3-in-1 All Over, and this is a liquid blush lipstick eyeshadow all in one. Usually with the spring collections, Kiko comes out with these in kind of like a stick format. They always do a 3-in-1, but these past years they have been in a stick and now they're doing something liquid. I swatched these in store and I felt like it really looked like a liquid lipstick, so we're gonna try this one on the lips as well. Usually I don't really do that with the 3-in-1 all over sticks because I just feel like they're best used as a blush. But this is a different formula. It's a new thing. I don't know what this is going to be like. This is something I haven't really tried by Kiko. I've tried liquid blushes, but not from the 3-in-1 line. So we're gonna see. I got the shade 04. So this is kind of like a berry shade, kind of berry red pink. I have really been into kind of red leaning blushes, so that's why I got this one. There's also like a brown one, a peach one, and a mauve one, I believe. And I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it out because it's something different, and I'm sure you want to know if that is any good. Then we also have the Beauty Essentials 3D Effect Lip Gloss, and I got the shade 04, 01, 2, and 3. All looked very similar in the swatch, so beware of that. They are like sheer slightly sparkly lip glosses that kind of have this dimensional effect on the lips. And this one is shade 04. This one definitely has a little bit of a red pigment to it. Not like a bright red, more like a soft red pigment. So I decided to grab this one because I don't use sheer, like really sheer lip glosses a lot, and I love it when lip glosses just add a little bit of color to the lips as well. But the other ones, like the shimmers in the other ones, looked really beautiful as well. The girl in the shop said that this was a dupe for the Dior Lip Maximizer. I'm expecting this to go pretty fast, so if you want this, go to the store, see which one you like, or order it online. Don't wait too long, because for some reason people always seem to know, I don't know, maybe it's a TikTok thing, that things are dupes for certain more expensive products. I had no idea. If she hadn't told me, I would have no idea. I've never tried the Lip Maximizer, and I'm not that in the know when it comes to dupes, but apparently this is like similar to that, so we're gonna try it out. It smells faintly sweet, not too overpowering. I feel like the other products in this range don't really have a scent, but this has a soft scent, which I quite enjoy. And as I said, it's kind of like a light red, and it has a lot of golden sparkle in it, which I think looks really cute. Then I also got one of the blushes. So we have the Beauty Essentials Silky Luminous blush. I have the shade 02 Mauve Time, and I kind of feel like they mixed up the name somewhere, because this shade is more of a peachy pink, and the shade that is called Coral Vibes or something is more of a really cool tone pink. So like cool tone pink, coral doesn't really go together. So I thought that was a bit strange when I went to the shop. The blush is in this kind of like, how would you call it? It's like a soft pink, kind of like pillbox component. That's kind of like what pops into my head. I don't know why, but it just gives me something like, or maybe like something you would keep mints in, or something like a container to keep your earplugs in. I don't know, but when I look at this, it doesn't really immediately make me think of a blush, even though I think it's cute and I like the shade. Once again, they went with light pink. They also did that with their last collection, with the Powerful Love collection, so I think it's interesting that they're kind of sticking to this light pink theme, which I really love. I love light pink, but that is what they're doing. And the inside of the blush I think is really interesting, because online you can't really see what is going on here. So we have kind of like this pattern where the stripes in here are matte, a matte color, and then in between those stripes you have a really shiny shade, like a really glowy blush. Basically like a highlighter, but you can't really use them separately. You kind of have to mix them together, and then you get like a really glowy blush highlighter hybrid. So online you might think that these are not as glowy, but they are really glowy. I don't know if it comes across in the swatch that I did, but these are like blush highlight hybrids, which I love. Like that is something I'm really into. Lastly, I got an eyeshadow palette. So I'm not always into Kiko eyeshadow palettes, but with this one, with the swatches, I was like, ooh, that looks really interesting. So we have the Beauty Essentials All Shades of eyeshadow palette, and then I got the Earth Sides. So I thought that the two eyeshadow palettes looked really similar. The only real difference was that the other eyeshadow palette had like two purple shades, and this one has more kind of like brown earthy tones and like some pinks in there, which I really enjoy. So we have 9 shades in this eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette is the same size of the blush, so they are really similar in like vibe when it comes to packaging. Only the eyeshadow palette is mint green. It's really like compact, it's really small, and this one costs like 19 euros. So be aware of that when you buy this eyeshadow palette. It's not gonna be a big eyeshadow palette. It's gonna be pretty compact, like pretty small for the price. So if they hadn't swatched this well, probably I wouldn't have picked it up, but I'm really interested to see like what this shimmer formula is like, because it made me think a little bit of my favorite Kiko Milano eyeshadow palette, which is the Surreal Destination palette from A Holiday Fable from the Christmas collection they did the year before last year. So 2021 Christmas, they came out with this all shimmer palette and it was amazing. It is amazing. So I was thinking it could be kind of similar to that, so I still wanted to try it out. Okay, so I showed you all of the products. I think it is time for some application. I zoomed you in a little bit. I am gonna start out with the lip gloss actually, because my lips are a little bit dry. I just want to put something on, and in the end I want to have tried all the lip products. So I'm just gonna apply this and see. Okay, that looks nice. There's something kind of thin about it. I kind of had to go back in to get the application that I wanted. It looks really nice on the lips. It gives this volume to the lips, which I really like. And I don't feel like it is going into my lip lines or sitting weird on the lips, because I've had some Kiko lip glosses in the past that kind of sat weird on the lips, but this looks good. So it feels nice. I don't really feel the shimmers. Just feels really comfortable and I really like how this looks. So yeah, that seems to be a good one so far. It feels slightly minty. I feel a little bit of mint tingling on my tongue, but like only slightly. Let's hop into this eyeshadow palette. I want to just try a few different shades, and I especially really want to see if the mattes are pigmented and blend well, and if the shimmers are like gonna stick well to the eye and gonna look as dimensional as I think. They are a little bit crumbly, so be careful with that. Don't like go in with your brush without thinking. You're gonna mess up the whole pan. Like I went in pretty carefully with my finger when I did the swatches, and they look a little bit like disrupted already, so be aware of that. I'm gonna grab a crease brush. Alright, I'm grabbing this Booty Shop crease blender. There's a little bit of color on there, but honestly that is not gonna come off. I think I just want to start out with the middle shade over here. These shades do not have names, so it's just the middle kind of mauve brown, and I'm going in really carefully because I can already tell that the eyeshadow is really like flying around in the pan. It's flying everywhere. It's pretty powdery in the pan, and I'm just gonna like blend this out. It's not crazy pigmented, but it is a nice shade and it is easy to work with. So I don't know if it's the shade or the formula or just my application. I have to say that looks good. That looks good. By the way, I'm already wearing eye primer, so keep that in mind. I did that before I started filming. I'm gonna take... Ooh. Alright, so I kind of want to show you what this eyeshadow palette looks like now that I have used it once. So you can really see it is pretty messy. I am gonna go into kind of like the reddish brown in the corner over here, and I'm gonna deepen up the outer part of this crease. And I just really want to see how this builds on top of each other. I feel like that is not much deeper. Well, when you compare the two sides, it does look a little deeper, and it does look more red. I can see like a difference. That looks pretty good. I am grabbing a clean brush and kind of like blending out the edges, blending everything together, and then with the deeper shade I'm gonna be a little bit more precise, hopefully. Now I'm gonna take the deepest shade and really gonna see how deep this look can go. Could be that this would get the deepest if I use that shade first. Yeah, I can definitely see that this is not as deep as it looks in the pan, but it still builds up quite nicely. It's just because of the shades I have underneath. It kind of like mixes and makes the shade a little less dark, but it blends out nicely and applies nicely, and it's a beautiful shade. I would say that these mattes are a little softer than some mattes that I've tried, but I do enjoy them so far. These are pretty easy to apply, and I think definitely if you're not like super skilled in using makeup, this is still gonna come out really beautifully. I'm just taking that clean brush again, kind of going over the edges. I feel like with these shades you don't really want to overblend because they are a little bit softer. So like keep the blending minimal. It's gonna like blend itself basically. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, that I've been waiting for, the shimmers. I really am so excited. I really like the look of the shimmer that is kind of like bronze and yellow combined. I think that looks really cool. I think maybe I'm gonna put a little bit of that in the middle and then mix it with some pink in the more inner corner. So I'm gonna take that kind of like mixed shade. Looks like that on my finger. Like you really see the different shades. I'm gonna apply that with my finger over here. Okay, that is really pretty. Okay, this is very similar to that shimmer formula in the Christmas palette, like the Christmas collection palette. I think this is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you really see like a dimension in the shade. It's kind of like a duochrome, which I don't see a lot with Kiko. They don't do a lot of duochromes, I feel, but I can really see the yellow and I can really see the bronze. And this is just such a beautiful shade. I hope you can see, but that is absolutely gorgeous. And this is a shade I can see myself reaching for a lot. Okay, I'm a big fan of this palette now. That is so stunning. Let's see what else we can do. I think I'm gonna go into the deepest pink shade. We also have this lighter pink. I might try that in the inner corner, but I first want to try this. And I think it's gonna be a little bit softer than the duochrome shade, but let's see how they like look next to each other, how they compare. I think it's really pretty still, but not as like crazy duochrome, but it still has a nice shine to it. It still has some nice like, oh, it's kind of like a pink and gold as well. So there's a slight duochrome, there's some shine, there's some shimmer. I do like that. I think that's really, really pretty. I'm kind of thinking what I want to put in the inner corner because we have the light pink and we have kind of like a yellowy shade, and I think the look of this one, it also looks like so pretty. I think I'm gonna go with the yellow. I think I'm gonna try this one. And I'm just gonna grab a pencil brush and dip in like carefully because it's a little bit crumbly in the pan. Okay, that is really pretty. I love yellow eyeshadows. I love yellow in the corners. It's just my favorite. I think it's so flattering and it combines so nicely with neutrals but also with like pinks. Okay, I really love how that looks. I think I'm gonna put some mattes on the lower lash line off camera, just the same mattes that I used on the top, and then I might pop like one more shimmer on the lower lash line. Alright, my under eyes are looking a little bit crazy right now, but it's all gonna come together in the end, don't worry. I want to apply one more shade and I think I'm going to go with the light pink on the lower lash line. Just add a little bit of shine there, and I just want to try as many shades as possible. And I love trying shimmers on the lower lash line because that really tells you how well they stick on the eye, how well they work with a brush as well. And this picks up really easily with the brush and really easily distributes on my lower lash line. So this is what we're going to do for the eyes, and I'm just going to clean up under my eyes, put on some mascara, do my brows, put on a little bit of bronzer because I didn't buy the bronzer from this collection, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the eye look all done, and I put on a little bit of the silky bronzer from the Charming Escape collection because in this collection there's also a silky bronzer. It is basically the same formula, just in a different packaging. That's why I didn't buy it, because I can't keep buying and buying and buying the Kiko bronzers, but I basically have all the formulas that they do. If they come out with something new, I will buy it, of course, but I really love this silky bronzer that I have, so I didn't feel like I needed another one, and I can already tell you that the formula is amazing. So what I want to do now is I want to first put on the highlighter because I am a highlighter before blush kind of girl. I love putting on highlighter first. It just all melts in together so well, I feel, if you do that. So I'm just gonna put it on like straight out of the stick and see how I feel about that, but I can always try something else as well. Just gonna take my highlighter brush and kind of like blend it out. Okay, that took like 2 seconds. Now I just applied a little bit, but I can build it up so you can really see what this does. And bam, it's blended out in 2 seconds. I love the Kiko cream stick products. They are so good, and this is also like so easy to apply, and it gives kind of like a subtle glow. Like this is without, this is with. You can definitely see the glow, but it's not like metallic. It doesn't make your skin look weird, and it's something you can build up. You can enjoy it even if you don't like a super blinding highlight. I'm gonna apply it on this side as well. And this is kind of like a goldy champagne shade, but I don't feel like it looks too deep for my skin because it kind of has this sheer base, which makes it really like versatile, really flattering. I don't feel like there's a strange cast on my cheeks, so that is really nice. The thing that I'm kind of scared to try, the thing that I feel like might ruin this cheek look, but we just have to go for it, we just have to try it, is the Beauty Essentials Color Flush 3-in-1 all over. I am scared because I don't know how much to use. I feel like it's really pigmented. I hope this is gonna be easy to blend out. I think I'm just gonna do like one dot and then try to blend that out. So something like that. Oh, I'm really scared. Let's see what happens. It gives me a little bit like Rare Beauty liquid blush vibes. And I've seen people apply that. I haven't tried it, but I've seen people apply that and it looks so scary. Okay, one dot is definitely enough. It does blend out, but it is definitely enough. This is a bright blush. There are less scary shades, okay? This is the scariest shade. I kind of did this to myself, but there are shades that don't look as scary. Alright, that looks really nice. That looks really like blended in, but I'm glad that I started out with a little bit. It has a subtle like natural glow, natural sheen. It definitely isn't a dewy product. It like sets down once you blend it out. I do feel like it kind of dimmed down the highlighter, so I might apply a little bit of that on top, but that actually went pretty easily. But just go slow, go slow. You have to be kind of mindful when you blend this out. I feel like you have some time to manipulate it, but if it goes like to a spot where you don't want it, you're gonna be screwed. Okay, I kind of love this, and I kind of feel like this would be a good dupe for the Rare Beauty one because you only need like one drop. Like you only need a little bit and then it blends out really easily and you have this beautiful flush on your cheeks. And yeah, it looks really nice. Do you see that glow? It did mesh well together with that highlighter. It didn't pick up any of the bronzer I had underneath. That's why I always apply a bronzer first, because then you can really see. I love this. Why is Kiko coming out with such good products? It's not like I'm mad, but it used to be the case that some of the products actually weren't that good, but I can't seem to find any duds with these review videos that I'm doing right now. And Kiko was already one of my favorite brands, but it's like they got even better. Like they're doing such good stuff like this. It's so pretty, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. It is time to move on to the shiny blush, Mauve time. And I was kind of thinking, is this gonna go together? But I feel like it is. I think this is gonna work out. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, because it's kind of like powdery in the pen. So I'm feeling like it's gonna be pigmented. And then I'm gonna blend this out. Okay, this is interesting because this is a shimmery blush. It is an actual shimmery blush. I can see some shimmers on my cheeks. And usually Kiko definitely does more of a shiny blush, not so much a shimmery blush. So let's see how I actually feel about this. It is like a warm pink with kind of warm pink and goldish shimmer, like visible shimmer on your cheeks. Alright, you know, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I feel like it still looks cute, but I do have to get used to it a little bit. And be aware, just be aware that this has actual particles of shimmer in it, and the shine isn't really like evenly spread throughout the blush. Like you can see it sitting on your skin. Yeah, this is one that I kind of have to see in different lighting, kind of have to think about a little bit, because usually that's not really what I go for, but part of me also kind of likes the way it makes my skin look right now. It's just different. It's just a little bit more out there for me, a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So you have to be the judge of this. Do you like a blush with a little bit of sparkle in it? Because that is what this is. Okay, I'm gonna take off this lip gloss. I think it looks really beautiful. I really like it. I love the slight hint of color that this has, but I'm gonna take it off and we're gonna try on the shiny lipstick. My lips feel a lot better. They feel hydrated, so that is good. So the lipstick, it looks a little bit scary. It looks a little bit scary, but I think everything is gonna be okay in the end. Alright, that took way longer than was necessary, but apparently when you have a cold you also forget how to apply lipstick. Or maybe I had to get used to this way this lipstick is pointed a little bit, because it's kind of like this like arched almost type of point, and usually these lipsticks are very traditionally lipstick shaped. I love how this looks. I think this shade is absolutely beautiful. I love the shine. I love how it's semi-sheer. This is a shade I feel like I do not own. There's something interesting about this undertone, which I am a big fan of. I kind of wish I could keep this on, but I still have to use the 3-in-1 on the lips, so we're gonna take it off. But I am a big fan, and I feel like it's not too shiny to the point where it would be a little bit dangerous to wear it in this formula. I actually love this. Alright, so let's try this one because I feel it looks a little bit like a liquid lipstick. So I really want to see if it actually works on the lips. Usually I'm not that curious because I'm like, it's just buzzwords. But this one... Alright, a proper lipstick application is not in the cards for me today. I just don't seem to have the focus that I need to actually properly apply my lipstick. I hope you can accept what we're dealing with right now. I think this is a really interesting product. It feels comfortable. It looks kind of like this soft matte, not totally opaque, but like semi-sheer blotted lip, which I actually really like the look of. I actually really like the look of this. I was not expecting this. Like there's no stickiness, but it doesn't fully dry down. It's kind of like this in between. It's kind of like what I was expecting the Demi Matte lipsticks from the last Powerful Love collection to be like. This is what I was expecting. I don't know if I love it more on the lips or on the cheeks. Like both work really well, and that never ever happens. I have tried things for both lips and cheeks, on both lips and cheeks, and it always works better on one or the other. But look at this. Just look at this. Just look at how good this looks. It feels really nice. I'm really curious to see how this lasts. I am so impressed. I'm so excited by this collection. Okay, let's zoom out and kind of regroup, gather my thoughts. Okay, so this is the final look, and I have to say, everything looks amazing. The eyes, the cheeks, the lips. I am such a big fan. I'm such a big fan. I don't know how this keeps happening. And I was kind of thinking, should I try this? Should I try this 3-in-1 all over, like flush? Should I try it? And I did it for the video, but now I'm glad that I bought it. And I'm kind of thinking there was this other shade, kind of like this cool tone brown. If I had that for the lips, it would be amazing. There was also, I already told you this, but like a peach and a mauve. I'm such a big fan. Okay, let's go over everything real quickly. We know I'm a fan, but just for you to really know what we've been doing and for you to really see what you would like. Okay, so the first thing that we tried out was the eyeshadow palette. And I have to say, the mattes are a little bit softer, but they do blend well and they do look really nice on the eyes. I think if you use the darker ones first, then you're gonna get a little bit more of that true depth. But I still got like a lot of depth in the outer corner, and it just looks really nice on the eyes. Like the mattes are very flattering, kind of like this luxurious feel they give me. The shimmers are really nice. Just look at the shine on my eyes. This one is such a beautiful kind of duochrome, a very interesting shade that I don't feel like I've seen a lot in other brands. It's like this very warm bronze with that yellow shimmer, and I'm kind of thinking, why didn't anyone do this before? Because this is genius and looks so good on the eyes. I really love this eyeshadow palette. I'm such a big fan. This could become my favorite Kiko eyeshadow palette, or close to the favorite, because this one, all of the shades I really love. This is so sparkly, but here I can do like a full complete look with one palette. I really love this. I think the other palette is probably also gonna be really nice. Yeah, the eyeshadow palette I would definitely recommend. Then we tried the highlighter. This blended out so easily. Like, it took me 2 seconds. It is very natural. It doesn't have like this metallic streak weirdness. It didn't mess with any of the other products. I could build it up. This is amazing. Beautiful. Highly recommend. The gloss. Okay, this was the actual first product. I was lying. Okay, the gloss feels amazing. The mintiness, it's basically non-existent. It was only like this slight hint of mint that now I almost feel like I imagined it because it was so slight. This is just beautiful. It looks amazing on the lips. It's hydrating. It looks very like 3D. So cute, so beautiful, really nice gloss. This is gonna be such a good gloss to top over things, but also wear on its own because it has this slight hint of color, which I really like. This is a great one and way better than the glosses that I've tried from Kiko before. So like a huge compliment for them to come out with a formula like this. I have no idea if it is similar to the Dior lip maximizers, but on its own, as its own thing, it is also very good. Then I kind of forgot the order I was going in, but we have the 3-in-1. This color flush 3-in-1 all over is so nice on the lips, so nice on the cheeks. It is completely dried down. I'm gonna see how long it's gonna wear, but wow. Wow, this is so good. I was not expecting this. It was like a bit pigmented for the cheeks, but still easy to blend out. Just put 1 dot and you're gonna be fine. I think this is probably better than the Rare Beauty ones because it also works on the lips and looks amazing on the lips. Wow. I gotta stop saying wow. I'm just so impressed, okay? Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I want to gush over this collection. Okay, the shiny lipstick looked amazing. I really love this shade 02. It is just stunning. I love the imprint. Such a beautiful kind of like rosy brown red thing, kind of like terracotta as well. It's like all these shades meshed in together, and it's a beautiful like shade that you can wear like anytime. It's so nice. And then lastly we have the blush. This is the only thing where I kind of have to try it again. It's not a bad product by any means. It blended beautifully. It leaves a beautiful shine on the cheeks. It's a gorgeous shade. It is just that it has a little bit of sparkle in there, but I just have to see if it's gonna be my favorite. Is it just like a good product, or is it gonna be my favorite? I have to try it out a little bit more, and I'm happy that I tried it so I can tell you that if you don't like sparkle, this isn't for you. And that's gonna be everything for today's video. I'm so impressed by this collection. I would highly recommend. Don't wait too long, because sometimes products that are really popular, they can sell out. Something kind of changed with Kiko. They used to have their limited edition products for a really long time, but now sometimes you can't get them anymore in like a week. So be aware of that. And then I'm gonna thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you're picking up from this collection if you are. And then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.